everyone, and welcome back to another Gran Turismo time trial. Well, one of my favourite circuits is Blue Moon Bay in Field B Reverse. Now, this is a fantastic circuit. We used it in the Community Championship, and we're in the BMW Z8, so it's not exactly straightforward either. As you can see, some drifting to the side there. Sports hard tyres. I thought this is easy. All you got to do is avoid the walls, and a gold estimated time of around a 57.3. So if you get under that 57.3, I'd be very confident that you're going to get the 2 million credits. However, I have been wrong before, and that is just an estimate. If you do enjoy this video, as always, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that hype button if that hype button is available to you as well. But without further ado, let's jump into this one, and let me show you how to do this from many angles. Okay, so we're going to head onto the start-finish straight. You want to do the last turn all in 4th gear, okay? Now, I actually learned that as I went through the day. So, started on the wheel, then went to pad, then VR, then back to the wheel, and this is the fastest lap I've done. So, as you head towards turn 1, we've just passed the flag indicator, and we have this white marker right before this right-hander. This is your turning marker. Now, as you turn into this corner, you're actually going to want to lift off, and then start to trail brake. Just dab the brakes slightly. Now, I'm going to slow this down so we can watch it as we go through here. And look at the bars there on the left-hand side. So I'm trail braking. I release, I drop to 4th gear. I'm just letting the car roll through the corner. I just slow the car down a little bit as well. Now, I go on the throttle a little bit early here. And I'm going to stop it right here because you have this blue. It goes yellow, blue, then yellow. When it goes from blue back to yellow, this is your accelerating marker if you want to accelerate. You don't have to here. You can just let the car roll if you are struggling with a bit of oversteer. However, I'm trying to be aggressive and get on the leaderboard, so I'm going to accelerate through the corner. Okay. Now, as I continue on through here, you can see there I'm lifting off a little bit because I'm a bit scared I'm about to hit the wall there. Now, I'm stopping it here because we have 2 brake markers. We have a flag indicator, which I've highlighted. It's very close to the top of the screen. And we have the 100 board with the white underneath on the actual barrier. You want to brake in between these, okay? The later you brake, the more risk you are taking with oversteer here. So I brake just after the flag indicator here. I drop the 3rd gear. I'm staying to the left. I then go to release the brakes and then turn in. Notice how the car rotates there. I then go on throttle to balance the car in terms of weight and accelerating, and then continue on through. It's probably there you're going to invalidate the lap the most. So if you are struggling a little bit there, just brake a bit earlier and let the car roll through the corner and then start to accelerate once you've gone through the corner. And I'll show you on the controller shortly. Head up towards this fast right-hander, just turn in. This is flat. If you are struggling though, just a slight lift. Don't worry about it too much as we head towards the final corner. And we are going to do this at 50% speed again. So we've gone past 100 board. We have the Toyota Gazoo Racing on the barrier on the left-hand side. That is my brake marker. You can use the shadow. Now you can actually brake later than this, and hopefully you get the nice drift through this last corner. However, it's a bit of RNG here, so what I would advise is just brake a bit early here, release brakes just before you get to that bump there. Notice how I released it, and then just trail brake the last little bit. I get a bit of oversteer here, which is great. I'm now staying in 4th gear. Now, some of my other laps that I'm going to show you, I drop to 3rd gear. This is where I learn that staying in 4th gear is better as I continue to do it. And that's what I do. I learn on each of the laps I do. Now, on that bump there on the exit, as you come back onto the oval, that is very risky, and staying in 4th gear actually improves your chance of not spinning out. So what we're going to do there, that's the 55.9, we're going to jump to the gamepad, or the controller, as we like to call it. We're going to head towards turn 1. I'm looking for the white on the left-hand side. There it is. Lift off, turn in, dab the brakes a bit more, drop to 4th gear. There's the blue bit now. There's start the yellow bit, start to accelerate, continue on through. There's the flag indicator. Just after that, we're going to hit the brakes, 3rd gear. Release the brakes, turn in, hopefully get a bit of oversteer. Not this time, however, the car does stay nice and steady, very close to the barrier, but we continue on through now as we head towards the king, over towards the left-hand side now. We're going to go up to 5th gear before we start to turn in on this right-hander, okay? So we'll go to 5th gear now. I'm just over revving a little bit there. You don't have to rev this car. Just before you get to the red line, you can change gear. So there's the 100 board, and there's the end of the Toyota Gazoo Racing. So we're going to hit the brakes here, and then we're going to trail brake. Notice that I go to 3rd gear. I don't think that's necessary. I would stay in 4th gear if I was you. We continue towards the exit of the oval. Notice that we straighten up as we go back to the oval there as well. Highly recommend that. Don't overturn the car on the exit. Straighten up. The banking will turn you a little bit, and you should make it fine. That's a 56.2 there on the controller. It's very much possible. In fact, I think Calcer is number 1 right now, who's also on a controller. So there's the end of the white bit there as we turn in. We're just going to trail brake a little bit here and let the car roll. ABS is on weak for those wondering. There's no real difference there. It's entirely your choice. Flag indicator is your brake marker. Hard on the brakes, release brakes at the end. Look at the car. Just rotate that a little bit. So nice. And we actually had a little bit of room to spare there on the exit. So some of you be like, what you want about Tish? You had no room. There's about 30 centimeters there, so I could have carried a bit more speed, but that is a 28.7. That's actually my fastest first sector of the day. I definitely think there's a tiny bit more in that first sector, but it's so hard to nail. It really is. So there's 100. There's the Toyota Gazoo Racing. Hard on the brakes. Release brakes before you get to the bump. Okay. Then just trail brake a little bit as we go through here. We clip the curb, and notice how we stay in 4th gear. It remains more smooth. Straighten up steering a little bit there on the exit. And as you hit that bump as well, you'll feel the car just get a little bit up in the power band, a bit of wheel spin. If you're in 4th gear, not beer, you might want a beer after this, I have no idea, then literally it'll just get into the power band quicker. So we go to the VR lap now then. So remember, just after the flag indicator, look at the white sign there. It is, we turn in. We're just having the brakes a little bit here, down to 4th gear. We're on the blue bit now. There's the yellow again, so we can accelerate through here. There's the flag indicator. Just after that, we're going to hit the brakes. 3rd gear, stay left as long as possible. Release brakes, turn in, get close to that wall, and then continue on the exit. I actually found in VR it was easier to do because I knew exactly where the car was in terms of the left-hand side, and that's where the focus is in terms of the barrier. It was a bit tricky on this kink though, as you're about to see here. So we accelerate towards the kink. We're going to turn into this in 5th gear, continue on through, head towards left hand side. Remember, just after 100 board the Toyota Gazoo Racing, then hit the brakes. We're going to release brakes just to get to the bump there, and then we are going to drop 3rd gear here, which I don't think is necessary. Notice there how the drop 3rd gear does cause some rotation, which is why 4th gear is better for stability as we continue back onto the oval and head towards the line. This is also a 56.2, and guess what? You can follow each and every one of these laps on the leaderboard, or as a ghost, of course, and I'll show you how to do that shortly. But first, how do you get to this point? How do you get 2 million credits? Well, let me show you. So here is the main screen that you're very much used to, and in the top right hand side we have the sport mode button. So head over there and then press into sport mode. We then get presented with this screen. We're going to go to the online time trials. You're then going to have a choice of 2 right now. So you've got Group 2 Autopolis, or the one we're currently interested in, this Infield B. Now on the left hand side, you see Kelster's currently ranked 1, and you see the gold, silver, bronze times. They will continue to go down until the end of the 2 weeks. So as long as you're under the gold time, you'll get 2 million, or silver 1, or bronze 250. Now if you want to follow my laps on the leaderboard, you want to load the replay first of all, or the ghost if you're actually in the session, you can go to the global ranking and you can find my 55948 there and click play replay or load ghost. Now that's my record lap. If we go down here, you're going to head towards TCR Tidgney. This is my controller lap that I showed you, and you can load that there. And then alternatively, you've also got my VR lap, which is there as well. So you can follow each and any one of these ghosts. Obviously the slower ones may help you more because you can be a bit closer to it. Or you could try and beat the very best ghost there, of course, is available to you. Now, in a nutshell here, it's all about car control. Control that slide, control the gears, and you should easily get gold here. And it's actually a very fun time trial. I've really enjoyed this morning in all ways that I played it, on the controller, in VR, and also the normal way of playing, which was on my wheel and the 2D screen. So if you have enjoyed this, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, hit the hype button if that's available to you. But that's going to be it for me here. Now, you did see the Group 2 Autopolis on the how to get there point. Well, you can see it on the screen there, so you can check that guide out. There's another video there to check out on how to get faster on Gran Turismo. Check out my partners down below. A big thank you for watching. Thank you for all your support, and I hope to see you in another video or live stream again very soon.